Yeah, who's probably one of our it is a pursuit.
Thank you.
Man.
I think this is the worst.
Red Sox have been really good recently.
Really?
Yeah, just an observation. Won like 8 in a row.
Let's go.
Started off like 9 and 20.
Good morning. Welcome to Tufts University. Class of 2020, welcome back to Tufts University. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that the commencement ceremony by tradition is divided into two parts. Following phase one, the School of Engineering and the School of Arts and Sciences, which includes the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences and the School of the Museum of Fine Arts, will convene here at 2 o'clock. Graduates, please align no later than 1:45. And finally, I ask that you silence your cell phones at this time. Thank you. And now, the procession for the 164th commencement at Tufts University will begin. Please welcome the graduates. Family, friends, and guests, I am pleased to present the graduates. We now welcome the commencement presenter, Boris Hasselblatt, who will lead the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences and the School of Engineering, the Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine, the School of Medicine, the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, the Gerald J. and Dorothy R. Friedman School of Nutrition, Science, and Policy, the School of Dental Medicine, and the faculty of the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy.
Please welcome the members of the faculty and administration who are granted emeritus status. They will be ushered in by the University Honor Guard. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome President Anthony P. Monaco, the honorary degree recipients, the members of the Board of Trustees, and members of the Tufts University administration. The 164th commencement of Tufts University will be in order. The audience will please rise for the national anthem sung by Chloe Malouf of the class of 2020. And please remain standing for the recessional of the honor guard and the invocation.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
The invocation will now be offered by Catholic chaplain Lynn Cooper.
As we join today, we recognize that the land on which the Tufts community has lived and learned for 170 years is on the traditional unceded lands of the Massachusetts tribe. We acknowledge with gratitude that the Massachusetts tribe, the Aquinnah, and Mashpee Wampanoag peoples still steward this beautiful land. We acknowledge in sorrow the countless injustices yet to be repaired. We acknowledge in solidarity that they live today by their own strength and traditions. Graduating class of 2020, it is so good to see you. We have missed you. Welcome home, Jumbos. My friends, you come back to this hill after a long journey. Your time at Tufts was marked by hours of study, clinic, lab, recitation, problem sets, translations, papers, theses, capstones, dissertations. There were also countless group meetings impromptu coffees, performances, competitions, dining hall dinners, and walks on the sidewalk sanctuaries of Medford and Somerville. And then you, along with the world, pivoted, and everything changed. Before we go any further, let's take a moment to acknowledge that as we hold the celebration of your culminating efforts in one hand, we hold in the other the losses on our hearts, the loss of beloveds, the staggering loss of human life across the globe, the loss of experiences of connection that you, as students and as human beings, anticipated and longed for in this season of your life. My friends, breathe with me now through this moment of silence as we hold with deep care all of the complexity that we bring with us into this day. Spirit of light and wisdom, thank you for the gift of this day, for the gift of our breath, for the gift of being together. It is no small thing. On this day of remembrance and celebration, we give thanks for the opportunity to be challenged and changed. We give thanks for the many communities and families that supported these students, the staff and professors who guided them, the classmates who made them think differently. And of course, we give thanks for the accompaniment of friends. Source of peace, embed within these gritty graduates the capacity for calm in the sea of uncertainty that is life. Grant them good health, vitality, and meaningful connection, so they may be equipped in body and spirit to do the work they have been made to do, whatever that is. With joy and gratitude, Pax et Lux, amen.
Please be seated. The President of Tufts University, Anthony P. Monaco.
Family and friends, faculty and staff, returning alumni, distinguished guests, and of course, our most special attendees today, the graduates of the class of 2020, now Tufts alumni. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the class of 2020 commencement ceremonies. This is a day of great joy and celebration. And thank you for traveling from far and from near. 2 years ago, your final year in your program of study was abruptly interrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic. As you were getting ready to enjoy spring fling, planning for senior week, and finishing out your academic requirements, a completely unforeseen event interrupted your lives. What was supposed to be one of the happiest times of your college careers ended up being one of uncertainty and loss. When we granted your degrees 2 years ago in a virtual conferral ceremony, I mentioned that Tufts was proud of the ways all of you had spent your time as students at Tufts, pursuing rigorous courses, doing research, performing community service, competing on our athletic teams, and participating in all the clubs and extracurricular activities. In the 2 years since you have left this hill, you have made us prouder still in the way you have used the education, skills, and tools you gained at Tufts to serve humanity through the various vocations you have chosen or your graduate and professional courses of study. You are pursuing and being active citizens of the world wherever you may be. Being active citizens has long been an integral part of Tufts' mission. But it has taken on a whole new meaning and urgency in the recent weeks as we have witnessed senseless gun violence and death in a Buffalo supermarket, a California church, a Texas elementary school, and numerous other locales that don't even make the national news. We mourn those we lose, and we grieve for their families. But words are empty if they're not paired with action. At Tufts, we strive to equip our graduates with the skill, vision, and moral compass to act. To make meaningful and lasting change, we must all be active citizens, individually and collectively. We need to be active citizens to increase voter participation, to hold our representatives accountable, and to advocate for just laws and the just application of laws. That is the kind of active citizenship that is instilled by the Jonathan M. Tisch College of Civic Life, and which is reflected in our honorees today. That is how we will keep our democracy strong and working in a multiracial society. This work is not easy, but as we have seen over the past few weeks, it is more necessary than ever. I am certain that Tufts has prepared you all to do it well, and I challenge you yet again to engage with the issues of our time actionably, to reach consensus across divides, and to identify the equitable solutions to create a better society today and for future generations. While as an institution, we had promised your class that we will celebrate your accomplishments appropriately back on campus, we did not know quite what to expect or how many of you would choose to return. But the class of 2020 has showed us today that they stick together. And similar to our beloved mascot, Jumbo, you have returned to the Hill together as a massive herd. I am thrilled to welcome this amazing outpouring of 2020 graduates back to this beautiful campus. Let me invite everyone to stand and give these remarkable individuals a round of applause. Let me take a moment to also applaud all the parents, grandparents, siblings, spouses, partners, children, friends, and mentors who supported the class of 2020 during their time at Tufts and for the 2 years since they graduated. Let me also take a moment to recognize the devotion and excellence of our faculty, deans, coaches, advisors, counselors, and staff, who pivoted quickly to remote and virtual instruction and enabled the class of 2020 to finish their requirements and graduate on time despite the sudden interruption to the academic year. Once again, welcome, everyone. Today is indeed a happy day for Tufts and for the graduates of the class of 2020.
Thank you, Mr. President. President Monaco will now confer the honorary degrees as voted by the Board of Trustees.
graduates, and guests. The tradition of granting honorary degrees has a long and distinguished history at Tufts. We awarded our first honorary degree in 1858, a year after the first commencement. We confer honorary degrees to recognize the recipients for their extraordinary talents and contributions. At the same time, we hope that they will be a source of inspiration for today's graduates and everyone in the Tufts community. Each of our honorees has led an exemplary life. Each has achieved at the highest levels of his or her profession. Each has found multiple opportunities to contribute positively to society, and each has led a meaningful life in the best tradition. We are honored by their presence with us today.
The chairman of the Board of Trustees, Peter Dolan, and trustee Ted Tye will please escort Lisa Cook to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Lisa Cook to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Science, honoris causa.
Lisa Cook, you are a world-renowned economist whose research focuses on economic growth and development, innovation, financial institutions and markets, and economic history. You are the author of several articles, book chapters, and working papers, and your research has been published widely, including in the American Economic Review and the Journal of Economic Growth. You are a guest columnist for the New York Times and for the Detroit Free Press, and a regular contributor to CNBC, MSNBC, and NPR. From 2011 to 2012, you served on the White House Council of Economic Advisors and had visiting appointments at several institutions, including the Federal Reserve Banks of New York, Chicago, Minneapolis, and Philadelphia. Throughout your career, you have mentored young economists and supported academic pipeline programs to help develop and grow young talent. In January 2022, you were nominated by President Joe Biden to serve on the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve System. On May 10th, 2022, the United States Senate confirmed your appointment, making you the first African-American woman to serve in that capacity. Tufts University is proud to honor you and award you the Doctor of Science degree, honoris causa.
Trustee Janice Moriarty will please escort Sandra Cotterell to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Sandra Cotterell to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Sandra Cotterell, your career has been marked by a dedication to the health of the whole person and the community. You have served as Chief Executive Officer of Codman Square Health Center since 2011. Since joining the Health Center as Chief Operating Officer in 1994, you had led the Health Center's growth towards preventative and primary care services that engages consumers and embraces innovation without ever losing sight of your mission to provide access to the highest quality of care. Today, the Health Center also includes a wellness and fitness center, a partner nonprofit grocery store, a community teaching kitchen, and an earned income tax clinic. Under your leadership, the Health Center has received recognition as one of the top 100 women-led businesses in Massachusetts from the Commonwealth Institute and the Boston Globe. In 2019, the Massachusetts League of Community Health Centers recognized you with its Outstanding CEO Award. You were also the recipient of the Massachusetts Health Council's Healthcare Star Award at the Council's 100th Anniversary Gala. Tufts University is proud to award you the Doctor of Public Service degree, honoris causa.
Trustee Betsy Bush will please escort Ruth Moy to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Ruth Moy to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Ruth Moy, you are a true local legend. You have served your community for close to 50 years. You have led the Greater Boston Chinese Golden Age Center as its executive director since 1973, supporting Chinese-speaking Asian seniors in Boston's Chinatown neighborhood, home to the Tufts University School of Medicine. You have been instrumental in the creation of a comprehensive network of services for a growing elderly population, including a nutrition program that delivers nearly 4,000 hot lunches every day, 3 adult day health programs, and senior employment and senior centers with social services expanded to serve elders in neighboring towns and cities. Your many successes include the creation of the Han Lok House, 28 units of elderly-focused housing, which in 2015 was rebuilt with an additional 46 units. You also established Midtown Home Health Services, which continues to hire and train home care workers, and then you founded the South Cove Manor Nursing Home, a facility that serves primarily Asian elders with short and long-term care. Tufts University is proud to award you the Doctor of Public Service degree, honoris causa.
Trustee Maria Madison will please escort James Stavridis to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present James Stavridis to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
James Stavridis, Admiral, United States Navy, retired. You are the longest-serving combatant commander in recent U.S. history, spending 37 years serving in the Navy and rising to the rank of 4-star admiral. Among your many commands were 4 years as the Supreme Allied Commander at NATO and 3 years as the commander of U.S. Southern Command in Miami. Following your military career, you led the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy as its dean for 5 years, the institution from which you earned a Master of Arts in Law and Diplomacy degree in 1983 and a PhD in 1984. You now serve as vice chair of the Carlyle Group and chair of the Rockefeller Foundation Board of Trustees. During your time in the Navy, you received the Battenberg Cup and the Navy League John Paul Jones Award, along with 50 U.S. and international medals and decorations, 28 of them from foreign nations. You have published 11 books and hundreds of articles on leadership and maritime affairs, and you are contributing editor to Time and chief international security and diplomacy analyst for NBC News. Tufts University is pleased to award you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Trustee James Stern will please escort Jonathan Tisch to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Jonathan Tisch to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa.
Jonathan M. Tisch, businessman and philanthropist extraordinaire. In your role as chairman and CEO of Loews Hotels and Company, co-chairman of the board and a member of the Office of the President of Loews Corporation, you have led the organization's expansion and emergence as a prominent and respected hotel company. You were voted Hotelier Above the World by Hotels magazine. You are recognized nationally as a statesman for the travel and tourism industry and served for nearly 6 years as the chairman of NYC & Company, New York City's official tourism agency, and were also chairman of New York Rising, which was established to bring back visitors and revive the city's economy after 9/11. You are also a champion of corporate responsibility, active citizenship, and community service. At Tufts, you are a distinguished graduate of the class of 1976, Vice Chair Emeritus of the Board of Trustees, and naming benefactor of the Jonathan M. Tisch College of Civic Life. You have been honored by the New York University School of Professional Studies with the naming of the Jonathan M. Tisch Center of Hospitality. Tufts University is privileged to honor you with the Doctor of Public Service degree, honoris causa.
Trustee Marianne Eunice will please escort Neil Blumenthal to the center of the stage. Mr. President, I have the honor to present Neil Blumenthal to receive from your hand the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa.
Neil Blumenthal, you are from a new generation of insightful, socially conscious, and innovative business executives. You have successfully disrupted the monopoly within the eyeglass industry through your founding of Warby Parker, a mission-driven lifestyle brand that offers designer eyeglasses and holistic vision care at an affordable price. After graduating from Tufts in 2002, you served as director of Vision Spring, a nonprofit social enterprise that trains low-income women to start their own businesses selling affordable eyewear in developing countries. You have been named a young global leader by the World Economic Forum and one of the 100 most creative people in business by Fast Company. You serve on the boards of Allbirds, Sweetgreen, and Warby Parker Impact Foundation, the Partnership Fund for New York City, and RX Art. You also serve on the board of advisors for the Mayor's Fund to Advance New York City and Responsible Innovation Labs, and also the leadership councils of Robin Hood and Tech New York City. Tufts University is proud to count you among its most distinguished graduates and to award you the Doctor of Business Administration degree, honoris causa. You stay there. And now, Mr. Blumenthal will deliver the Class of 2020 commencement address.
Class of 2020. They say a commencement speaker shouldn't talk too long because they're the only thing standing between a graduate and their diploma. Well, you already have your diploma, so might as well get comfortable. I'm talking swiping in at Carmichael for lunch and staying through dinner. DeWick certainly had better food, but I was there to schmooze. I'm kidding. I'll keep it brief because this is your long-to-awaited but so well-deserved commencement, delayed but never denied. So welcome back and congratulations, Jumbos. President Monaco, trustees, faculty, family, friends, and of course, graduates. Thank you for inviting me back to my alma mater for this great honor. There's literally no greater recognition for a glasses guy than being associated with 2020. You gotta love a good vision pun. I welcome any chance to return to Tufts. It was here at Tufts studying international relations where I furthered a passion for giving back and helping those in need, a vital part of our mission at Warby Parker. It was here at Tufts that, just like you, I learned to appreciate the aesthetically pleasing color combination of brown and blue. I'm serious. Some of our best-selling glasses at Warby Parker combine brown and blue. I'm wearing a pair right now, and they can be yours for the low price of $95. It was here at Tufts where I met my wife, Rachel. I remember one bitterly cold night in particular. Rachel and her friends stayed up all night to paint the cannon. I brought her hot chocolate. I figured anyone who was willing to endure the Boston winter like that probably had the patience to put up with me. Thank goodness I was right. Wonderful memories, and so many of them unexpected. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, that our paths are rarely linear. That's more than okay. It's what makes life and work interesting and inspiring. Embrace it. The universe has already made this clear to you. You didn't expect having to wait this long to commemorate this achievement. For years, you studied more than you ever thought possible, made lifelong friendships, and hopefully even made it to class after spring fling. And just when you thought you were about to celebrate all of these accomplishments that you worked so hard for so long, everything came to a halt. Getting here to this stage has been a journey, And let me add, we know this has not been an individual journey. Administration and faculty made it possible. Friends made it possible. Family made it possible. So many people love and support you. And yes, you can send a text to your parents saying thanks. How about actually instead, we give them all a hand. Of course, you're not the first class to experience hardship. 20 years ago, not long after I arrived back on campus to start my senior year, we were attacked on September 11th. But we learned to persevere. Your graduation was delayed, but your impact will not be. I know you're hungry to change the world, to be a light on a hill. I know you already are. You're a Tufts grad. Helen Keller once wrote, "Blindness is unfortunate, but true vision does not require the eyes." I'm a glasses guy, but she's not all wrong. Because my years and yours at Tufts have made us see. Tufts gave us vision that doesn't need glasses, even Warby Parker glasses. And that's what brought me here to campus. I wanted to help tackle the big issues, reducing global conflict and stopping wars, improving access to healthcare and education. You know, the easy problems, with simple solutions that everyone agrees on. But while Tufts gave me vision, I most certainly did not see myself building a business and a career around eyewear and trying to disrupt the $140 billion optical industry. In fact, if you diagram the first few years of my post-grad life, you wouldn't see a beeline from graduating Tufts to founding Warby Parker. Like most graduates, I was uncertain, at times confused, but upon reflection, a couple flickers of clarity too. After graduating from Tufts, I did some graduate coursework in The Hague. I moved back home with my parents. I interned at a think tank. I volunteered for a failed presidential campaign. But then along the way, I met an eye doctor named Jordan Castello, the founder of the nonprofit Vision Spring. I was shocked to learn that 2.5 billion people need glasses but don't have access to them, despite the fact that glasses have been around for almost 1,000 years. Jordan had an idea to help low-income women around the world start their own businesses, selling affordable glasses to people living on less than $4 a day. The hope was to provide glasses while creating jobs in communities that needed them most. I talked my way into a job working on the pilot program in El Salvador. When I started, I didn't know anything about glasses. I took on the unofficial job titles of project manager, merchant, designer, marketer, and inventory planner. I learned about pragmatic, scalable solutions to solving large, intractable problems. Of course, this would serve me all well while building Warby Parker, but that wasn't yet in the plans. I arrived at business school not knowing what I wanted to do. If I had to guess, I would have said I would have gone to work for a big-name company like GE or J&J, or maybe take another traditional linear route into management consulting. Then came one of those turns. I was sitting in the computer lab chatting with 3 buddies. Dave had recently lost a pair of glasses in the seat pocket of an airplane. Jeff had just broken a pair of glasses, and getting new ones costs as much as an iPhone. Andy said we should sell glasses online because he had seen all of these other categories move online. I shared what I'd learned at Vision Spring. We each ran off to class, but none of us could sleep that night. We met the next day and we had an idea. Of course, an idea, a product, a purpose, those aren't a company. And if you were present for some of the earliest pitch meetings when Warby Parker was only an idea, let's just say you might have had some doubts. I remember one meeting very early on. The father of one of our classmates at business school happened to be the CEO of a major luxury fashion brand, and he agreed to meet with us as a favor to his daughter. It was our first meeting with a big shot in the world of fashion and retail, and we were pretty nervous. It was also a morning meeting, an early morning meeting, the day after a big 80s party. He welcomed us into the apartment and invited us to sit on antique chairs in a lavish room decorated with Limoges boxes. We sipped from dainty teacups and passionately explained the idea for Warby Parker to him. And despite our condition because of the previous night's activities, we were actually well prepared. We described how the idea started. Shopping for glasses was needlessly expensive and uninspiring, and we saw opportunity and frustration. We described how we could eliminate the middleman, we'd sell online, how we'd create a business that would serve as an example to others that you could do well and do good, and how we would donate a pair of glasses for every pair that we sold. I told them about my experience, how I learned about eyewear design and manufacturing during my time distributing glasses to people on less than $4 a day in rural areas of Bangladesh and Ghana, among others. He listened patiently, then shook his head. "Your business is never going to work," he said, "and here's why." He proceeded to explain his concerns. He had more than a few, and then he gave us some very thoughtful advice. But none of us could pay full attention, and that's because we were focused on one of our co-founders' shirts. While the top and bottom buttons were properly buttoned, two of the middle buttons were wide open, revealing a swath of youthful flesh. They either came undone during the meeting or they were undone the entire time, also a distinct possibility. I'm not going to tell you which co-founder in order to protect the innocent, but I'll never forget the moment of sitting in that room across from the most accomplished person any of us had ever met with a naked belly button blinking in the air like a neon light. To this day, we don't know if the CEO noticed that belly button, but I do know that that CEO did not become an investor in Warby Parker. Yes, there will be twists and turns, bumps in the road. The path will not be linear. You'll find yourself in jobs or situations that feel like you signed up for the wrong thing with the wrong people. Or maybe it's the right thing that's just taken a wrong turn. But stay curious, listen to your hunches, ask yourself, am I challenging myself or am I squandering energy on the wrong thing? What guides you? Hard questions yield easier answers than more often than you think. And while you're answering these, you're doing more than first seems evident. You'll be uncovering what energizes you. And you might even find the sweet spot where your skill set and your passion overlap. That's where impact lives. That's where you can enact change, even if the specific sort of change you're considering still feels nebulous. So you may feel as if you stalled before you got started. You may still be coming up for air, and that's all right. Embrace the nonlinear path and what may seem messy in the moment. Trust that if you honor your curiosity, that if you're clear on your values, that you'll end up in the right spot to make your mark. If you keep steady, then setbacks are no longer setbacks, and detours are not exits, as long as you stay guided by your North Star. At Warby Parker, our North Star has never wavered. Our mission is vision for all, and that's what keeps me and every person at the company going day after day. And this past year, we celebrated a big milestone. Working with Vision Spring and others, we helped distribute over 10 million pairs of glasses all over the world. Even to me, that sounds lofty, daunting too. But lofty and daunting are good. Understand that a nonlinear path does not prohibit big dreams. In fact, I would say that you came here with big ambitions, and now you have an obligation to fulfill them. What a nonlinear path does suggest, however, is that you might make large systematic changes, not necessarily right off the bat. Start small and start with yourself. Lead with optimism. Don't succumb to cynicism. Every day is an opportunity to make yourself better, to make the organization you work for better, and ultimately to make the world better. In fact, it's the only way we make the world better. We set out to reimagine everything that a company and an industry could be. Of course, we didn't know how to build a successful business. We learned and we started planning and building step by step. One day it was eyewear design and manufacturing. The next it was customer service and people management. We spent a year and a half putting together a brand architecture, building a business plan, coming up with a name, determining what price we should sell our product. If we only thought about the end goal, we likely would have talked ourselves out of pursuing it. Dream big, but take small steps. And while you're on this windy road, I ask you to do two more things. Seek goodwill and dispense it. Our success is entirely the result of the goodwill of our classmates, our professors, our former coworkers who encouraged us while providing critical feedback and introductions. We often get asked, how did we get here? Well, it took a lot of luck. And anyone who has achieved success without being lucky is either lying to you or delusional. But we also work tirelessly to position ourselves to be recipients of as much good fortune as possible. There's a great quote attributed to Branch Rickey, the general manager of the Brooklyn Dodgers who signed Jackie Robinson, breaking Major League Baseball's color barrier. It's believed the poet John Milton may have said it first, but Rickey said, "Luck is the residue of design," meaning it's not really luck. Success is a byproduct of years of planning, incalculable hours spent putting in the work. In other words, create opportunities and create goodwill and return the favor. Treat others the way that they want to be treated. Yes, they, not you. This is one of our core values at Warby Parker. Initially, it was treat others the way we want to be treated. But people are complex and different, and it's much more powerful to be empathetic, truly understanding the individual you're interacting with in order to create and cater to their wants and needs. Practice empathy and be grateful. It's human nature to search for commonality in order to develop connection. But don't use that as a rationale as to who to be kind to or when to be kind. You never need a reason to be kind. Start with it and lead with it. No matter what degree you earned, you've graduated as a leader. And we live in a world where the most valuable tool in a leader's toolkit is their ability to bring out the best in other people, to make them feel valued. And making people feel valued begins with kindness. It begins with the simple human interactions that take up the minutes and the hours of our daily lives. These past few years have provided a stark reminder that we need each other. So let's show up for each other. When Charles Tufts was asked what he'd do with the land that would become the university that bears his name, he replied, "I will put a light on it." Class of 2020, may your non-linear path be illuminating, and may you be a shining light for each other and for our world. Congratulations.
Thank you, Neil, for those inspiring words. We appreciate your insight and advice for our graduates, their families, and the Tufts community.
Provost ad interim Caroline Jenko will now recognize a member of the administration who retired in 2020 and was given emeritus status.
I would like to invite Alan Solomon to the center of the stage. There he is. Alan has a 50-year history with Tufts and has had an inspiring and distinguished career. He earned a BA in political science and urban studies from Tufts in 1970 and was the dean of the Tisch College from 2014 to 2021. He has been a lifelong philanthropist, entrepreneur, and political activist. Prior to serving as dean, he was a U.S. ambassador to Spain and Andorra and helped to strengthen Spain's cooperation with the U.S. on matters of global security. He has held numerous government and political appointments and spent much of his professional career in the health and elder care arenas, founding numerous companies. He has also worked as a community organizer in Lowell, Massachusetts. While he served as dean, Tisch College grew its programming, strengthened its research impact, and promoted a culture of active citizenship among students, faculty, and staff across the entire university. We are profoundly grateful for his leadership and service and the lasting impact he has left on Tufts.
Provost Jenko will now recognize the members of the administration and faculty who retired and were granted emeritus status.
Members of our faculty from across 5 schools were granted emeritus status in recognition of their loyal and devoted service to the university. I ask that those in attendance rise when I call their names and remain standing until all the names have been announced. For the School of Arts and Sciences, Linda Tickle Deegan. Richard Eichenberg. For the School of Medicine, Michael Forzak. And for the Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine, M. Shaukat Anwar. Thank you all. You can be seated. Thank you. I will now call those not in attendance this morning. For the School of Arts and Sciences, Carol Baffy Dugan, Harry Burnham, Jim Dow, Mary Glazer, Karen Overby, Laura Rogers, Rosalind Shaw, Peter Edward Wynn, and Jean Wu. For the School of Engineering, Stephen C. Chopra and Douglas Price. For the School of Medicine, Daniel Barry Carr, Louis Mitchell Cohen, Richard Michael Engelman, and Abdullah Sagi Niji. For the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, Hurst Hanum and Andrew C. Heiss. And finally, for the School of Veterinary Medicine, Robert Bridges. I would now like to take a few minutes to honor a member of our administration who retired in 2020 and was given emeritus status and passed away this year. Dr. Harris Berman was a personal mentor of mine and served as the Dean of the School of Medicine from 2011 to 2019, after having served as interim dean beginning in 2009. He led an extraordinary life, holding influential positions in the American medical community while remaining committed to medical education and, importantly, mentoring the next generation. We will be honoring Harris's legacy at a ceremony in September. All the members that I have mentioned this morning of the faculty and administration received their certificates testifying to this honor at the time of their designation as emeritus faculty. We are delighted to finally be able to recognize them and those who are not able to join us today, for their teaching, scholarship, and commitment to service to Tufts University. As you heard, Tufts University has a deep commitment to active citizenship. The Honest Civicus Society provides an opportunity to celebrate and reflect upon an active citizenship education and the many paths that students travel to develop their civic studies. I now call upon Dana L. Cunningham, Dean of the Jonathan M. Tisch College of Civic Life, to recognize the inductees of the class of 2020.
The Jonathan M. Tisch School of Civic Life sponsors Honest Civicus, Latin for civic honors, to celebrate and publicly recognize undergraduate and graduate students who have excelled in community service and civic engagement during their academic studies. In 2020, 163 graduates from across the university were chosen for this honor. Would all of the members of Honest Civicus from the class of 2020 who are present today please rise and be recognized? Congratulations. Will you please be seated?
We shall now recognize the degrees earned in course in 2020 by students of the respective colleges and schools of the university as recommended by the Provost, Caroline Jenko, to the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Peter Dolan.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and members of the Board of Trustees, in the name of the faculties of the university and by their authority, the candidates of the several divisions were found worthy of recommendation for degrees. I deliver into your hands, Mr. Chairman, the roll on which these were recorded and the official recommendation of the faculties for the bestowal of these degrees. You're welcome.
The graduates will now be recognized by each dean. For the faculty of the School of Arts and Sciences, Dean James Glazer.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculties of the College of Liberal Arts and Jackson College and the Graduate School of Arts and Sciences, I have the honor to present to you the 1,548 graduates who have fulfilled the requirements for the several degrees. For the Doctor of Philosophy, 53 graduates. For the Doctor of Occupational Therapy, 1 graduate. For the degree of Educational Specialist, 20 graduates. And for the second degree in Arts and Sciences, Arts, Science, Arts and Teaching, Fine Arts, and Public Policy, 297 graduates. For the first degree in Arts, Science, and Fine Arts, 1,177 graduates. Will the graduates present please rise and be recognized? Will the graduates please be seated?
Kyungbum Lee, Dean ad interim of the School of Engineering.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, On behalf of the faculty of the School of Engineering, I have the honor to present to you the 475 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for the several degrees. For the Doctor of Philosophy, 36 graduates. For the second degree in engineering, Science and Engineering Management, Science and Innovation Management, and Science, 235 graduates. For the first degree in engineering, 204 graduates. Will the graduates here please rise and be recognized? Will the graduates be seated?
Presenting the graduates for the School of Medicine, Dean ad interim, Helen Boucher.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Medicine, I have the honor to present 336 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for several degrees. For the degree of Doctor of Medicine, 215 graduates, including 15 graduates for the combined degree Doctor of Medicine and Master of Business Administration, 19 graduates for the combined degree of Doctor of Medicine and Master of Public Health, and 4 graduates for the combined degree Doctor of Medicine and Doctor of Philosophy. In addition, I have the honor to present to you 67 graduates for the Master of Sciences degree in Biomedical Sciences, Health Communication, Medical Science and Pain Research, Education and Policy, and 54 graduates for the degree of Master of Public Health. These graduates exhibited tremendous flexibility, dedication, and resilience during their years at Tufts. In the face of the rapidly evolving COVID epidemic, 154 candidates for Doctor of Medicine and 14 for Master of Public Health graduated early in April 2020 as voted by the Board of Trustees in a special action in order to respond to the urgent needs of the pandemic. We are grateful to them for their service in such a challenging time. These graduates are not with us today, but were recognized in 2020. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you.
For the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, Dean Daniel J.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences, I have the honor to recognize the 56 graduates who have fulfilled the requirements for the several degrees, 25 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, including 4 graduates for the combined degree of Doctor of Philosophy and Doctor of Medicine, and 27 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Master of Science. We should pause for, are any of our folks, please stand? Yay, there we go. These alumni of the Graduate School of Biomedical Sciences were recognized in 2020. Thank you.
For the School of Dental Medicine, Nadim Karimbuks.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of the School of Dental Medicine, I have the honor to recognize the 237 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Dental Medicine and 13 graduates for the degree of Master of Science. The graduates of the class of 2020 will be recognized at an event on June 11th. Thank you.
For the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, on behalf of Dean Rachel Kite, Academic Dean Kelly Sims Gallagher.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy, I have the honor to recognize the 278 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for the several degrees. 7 graduates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, 53 graduates for the degree of Master of Arts, 2 graduates for the degree of Master of Arts in Humanitarian Assistance, 166 graduates for the degree of Master of Arts in Law and Diplomacy, 7 graduates for the degree of Master of Arts in Transatlantic Affairs, 26 graduates for the degree of Master of International Business, and 17 graduates for the degree of Master of Laws in International Law. The graduates from the class of 2000 who were able to travel back to campus were recognized and had the opportunity to walk in their academic regalia at the Fletcher School's Class Day ceremony on Saturday, May 21st. Thank you.
For the Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine, Dean Alistair Cribb.
Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of Cummings School of Veterinary Medicine, I have the honor to present the 131 graduates who fulfilled the requirements for several degrees. 1 candidate for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, 81 graduates for the degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, 4 graduates for the combined degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine and Master of Science in Laboratory Animal Medicine, 7 graduates for the combined degree of Doctor of Veterinary Medicine and Master of Public Health, and 38 graduates for the degree of Master of Science. These graduates were recognized in a live virtual ceremony in 2020, and the class of V20 returned to the Grafton campus for an event on May 16th. And today I would like to ask Dr. Justina Jaskiewicz, our Dr. Faculty candidate, to stand and be recognized on behalf of Cummings School. Please be seated. Thank you.
For the Gerald J. and Dorothy R. Friedman School of Nutrition, Science, and Policy, on behalf of Dean Dariush Mozaffarian, Assistant Dean of Student Affairs, Matthew Hast.
Had to put on my brown and blue glasses. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, and trustees of Tufts University, on behalf of the faculty of the Gerald J. and Dorothy R. Friedman School of Nutrition, Science, and Policy, I have the honor to recognize the 112 graduates who filled the requirements for the several degrees, including 14 graduates who fulfilled the degree requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, 84 graduates for the degree of Master of Science, 2 graduates for the degree of Master of Arts in Humanitarian Assistance, and 12 graduates for the degree of Master of Nutrition, Science, and Policy. The graduates were recognized at a special ceremony earlier this week, along with our class of 2020. Please join me in congratulating them. Thank you.
Last, will all graduates who graduated with a dual degree please rise now and be recognized? Will the graduates please be seated?
In the spring of 2020, by unanimous votes of the trustees, the degrees were approved for conferral and the graduates were awarded diplomas signifying those degrees, and thereby assuring the graduates were given all the dignities, rights, privileges, and immunities pertaining to those degrees. Class of 2020, 2 years ago, in March 2020, preparations for your graduation ceremony were well underway. You just finished most of your midterms, and you were probably packing for spring break. The vocabulary of a pandemic hadn't been cataloged. You weren't masking or social distancing just yet. And Zoom wasn't a real thing for most of us. The new normal was just the normal. But that detour in March was supposed to only be a pause, and you were going to return to campus when it was safe to do so. Who knew? But you did finish your degrees that spring, and on behalf of the Board of Trustees, it's a pleasure for us to finally celebrate this important milestone with all of you. I want to thank Neil Blumenthal for his remarks this morning. Neil, you represent the very best in honorees that Tufts profoundly recognizes. Your message this morning were terrific and moving. Think big, take small steps. You're an inspiring humanitarian, businessman, and alumnus. And let me congratulate again all of our honorary degree recipients. Each of you has made a difference in our world, and you honor us with your presence here today. Graduates, in 2020, you officially joined the alumni body, now 127,000 strong, living in 158 countries around the world. And many of your fellow alumni are here on the platform and in the audience today. And I would like to have all of our 2020 alumni and all of our past alumni stand with me right now. Will the alumni please be seated? From my perspective, when you finished your degrees in 2020, you joined a wonderful extended family with a long-standing tradition of jumbo pride and loyalty. Tufts is the great institution it is today because of countless alumni and friends who've given back generously to the university, either through their time, their talent, or their resources. Literally every day, I see examples of extraordinary commitment and generosity to this university. As just one example, in April of 2015, and thanks to the generous donation of an alumnus, we celebrated a homecoming of Jumbo the elephant, who had served as our mascot since 1889. The official stuffed version of Jumbo, donated by former trustee P.T. Barnum, unfortunately burned in a fire in 1975. And now, thanks to an alumnus who thought of this own unique way to give back, we have this wonderful 5,000-pound replica of an African elephant back on our campus. Jumbo is a most fitting mascot for Tufts University, and elephants are truly remarkable animals. Elephant experts will tell you one of their many unique traits is they remember the places they've been and other elephants they've met years and even decades later. As alumni, I urge you to remember your classmates and to remember Tufts. Alumni like you contribute to the strength of this institution every day. They return the goodwill of the alumni who came before them so that future generations of Tufts students, like you were 2 years ago, could enjoy the best Tufts experience possible. They sponsor internships for Tufts students, hire Tufts graduates, or are one of the many hundreds of alumni volunteers who engage in networking events, career conversations through the Herd, panels, career fairs, and more. They participate in the annual fund or establish scholarships. More than $600 million has been contributed to the Brighter World campaign from nearly 57,000 alumni. They've created and contributed to more than 60 new professorships and other named positions, and alumni serve as enthusiastic ambassadors for Tufts in their own communities. But I need to remember to whom I'm speaking. By your presence today, the class of 2020 is blowing away any record held by any preceding or likely succeeding class ever for having the most graduates in attendance at a post-senior year event. I hope you keep up that great tradition and we see you at reunions. I also encourage you to find your own way, your own special way of contributing and continuing the tradition of Tufts and strengthening the institution for the students who will follow you. From personal experience, I can tell you it's a great feeling to know that you are influencing the education of those who will follow in your footsteps at Tufts. So, alumni, just as you were asked to press pause in March of 2020, I'm encouraging you now to press play and let the light you bring from this hill shine wherever your next chapter has led you. We look forward to seeing you often, to watching you succeed in your various fields of endeavor, to welcoming you back to a place where you can reconnect with other jumbos years and even decades later. We look forward to working with you to make Tufts University the absolute best it can be. But for the moment, I hope you thoroughly enjoyed today's events with your family and friends. Please accept both my congratulations and best wishes for good luck and continued success in the years ahead.
Thank you, Peter. This is truly an outstanding moment for all our graduates, and it's a great day for Tufts University. Graduates, you've had the support of family members, friends, and others, all who deserve a thank you for everything they have done to help you achieve today's special honor. Some of them have made extraordinary sacrifices to make this moment possible for you. You've also had the support of faculty, coaches, advisors, staff, and others who have made your success possible through their devotion. Let's turn the tables. I now ask the graduates to stand and salute those family, friends, faculty, coaches, and staff who richly deserve this recognition. Now, graduates, it's time for Tufts to formally say good luck and Godspeed to all of you in your careers and in your lives. Go out and continue to make the world a better place, and we will be proudly watching from this hill. Keep shining your light brightly, and remember, you always have a home here at Tufts. Congratulations, class of 2020.
Please be seated. As is customary, we will celebrate today's commencement ceremonies in two phases. The ceremony for the School of Arts and Sciences and the School of Engineering will begin at 2 p.m., following lunch on the Tisch Library lawn. The graduates should align at their designated alignment area no later than 1:45. In a moment, the platform party will recess. The platform party will be followed by the faculty and students. The audience is asked to remain in your rows until all of the graduates and faculty have recessed. Now, Please stand for the benediction, which will be given by Protestant chaplain, the Reverend Daniel Bell. Following the benediction, please remain standing for the recessional.
Dear class of 2020, you and I were not supposed to be here today. Interruptions and postponements have forced us to pivot in unprecedented ways. Yes, everyone's favorite new words. I think if there's anything we've learned over the past 2 years, it's that all we really have is today, this single precious moment in time. So amid life's inevitable delays and disruptions and all those nonlinear paths that we take, I pray that you go into tomorrow trusting that you have everything you need to make a difference in our world today. Echoing the words of poet John O'Donohue, I pray that you would have the courage today to live the life you love and to postpone your dreams no longer, but to do at last what you came here for. Blessings of peace and light, class of 2020.
The assembly will please remain standing and join in for 2 stanzas of the Alma Mater, sung by the Tufts University a cappella groups. The finale will follow immediately with the a cappella group singing Tuftonia's Day.
We come beside thy knee, dear Alma Mater, Earth's book of history, dear Alma Mater. We track thy storied past, dear Alma Mater. O'er plains of learning vast with thee, dear Alma Mater, with thee. Speed on thy sunlit way, dear Alma Mater. We vow new faith today, dear Alma Mater. May glory light thy name, dear Alma Mater. All thy children sing thy faithful aid, dear Alma Mater, for aid. T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, hurrah, for the dear old brown and blue, steady and true, rush along, brown and blue. Raise the mighty sword today, in this tear down the field that never yield, brown and blue for, brown and blue for aye. Hammer them hard, boys, and break through their guard, that is old Tuftonia's way. And the glorious banner once again will wait for Tuftonia's day. T-U-F-T-S, T-U-F-T-S, hurrah, hurrah, for the dear old brown and blue. Up on the hill tonight, all will be gay. Victorious in the fight, we'll raise the standard of dear old Tufts to glory. High along the mighty score, it's bound to soar. Now one goal more, nothing can stop us. It's Tuftonia's Day. Fight!
The audience is reminded to please remain in your seats until the faculty and the graduates have recessed. The ceremony for the School of Engineering and the School of Arts and Sciences will convene in this location at 2 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you.